Right on, guys. Well, here it is. Been broken for about 5 months. Spent probably the last 4 or 5 weekends solid working on this thing. I want to give you guys a real build update. You know, we're sitting here the weekend before the actual race. Kind of go over everything that's been done.
All right, so not a lot changed up here. We got lucky with the new beams. We could use the old upper mounts, which was nice. It saved a bunch of work. Down here you can see from the last video, everything's actually in here painted. With this new front end, we went wider. We were at 83 before, now we're at 89 inches wide. The old front end pulled 15, now we're about 16 and a half. We strapped it up a little bit. Truck doesn't have enough horsepower to push through a lot of travel.
If we had horsepower, how much travel could this thing pull?
With this shock setup, it'll only pull 18 metal to metal. With the longer shock, we could easily pull 20, no problem. But we got new radius arms, new beams. Everything's in a better ratio. The shocks are in a better motion ratio. We're still running our 35-inch Tensors. 37s are probably going to be in the future. Up here, not a lot changed. You can see over here the power steering pump. We got tired of the factory power steering leaking a bunch, so it's still got the stock pump, but it's got an adapter with a new breather set up on it and a new cap that doesn't leak. So hopefully we can keep the power steering fluid inside the truck this time.
Yeah, keeping it off of the visor is always good.
Over here we switched up. Before, it just had a real simple cone filter to get the truck out and running. I was kind of having some problems with that. Those cone filters are not great for racing conditions in Barstow. So we switched over. This filter is actually off of a Bobcat, so we'll see how good that works. The future plans for this, it'll stay, I don't know. But you can see all new swingers. Same thing, the steering got a little bit better with this new with the new swingers and stuff. The ratios are a little bit better. We actually picked up more steering radius. And the KPI, everything's just set up better now.
All right, what little issues did we have when we got the truck all running and started again?
All right, so last weekend, right before we were gonna go testing, started the truck up and noticed that there was a bunch of water on the ground. The water pump decided to let loose. I'm pretty certain that that last race it actually started to die because the truck started running a little bit warm towards the end of the day. Of course, nobody in town had a water pump, so we ordered one. Luckily got it in the next morning, put it in, and luckily my good friend Wes brought his fancy tools with him because we pulled vacuum on it and realized that it was not sealing. I missed a piece of gasket.
Oh dang, look at that.
Oh, those are flat now.
Well, yeah, ain't no air in there.
We had to pull the water pump back out, clean everything back up, pump it back in. It worked. It's still holding fluid, hasn't leaked anything yet. So hopefully the truck will stay a little bit cooler. Hopefully the weather will be a tad bit cooler this race. 95 degrees is not fun when you're in a race suit in a truck that doesn't go very fast. Bypasses all came off my Bronco, so they're all at least 10 years old.
Yeah, for those of you familiar with the Bronco Lee, these shocks have already lived a life that most shocks don't want to do. So
yeah,
now they're here to get beat up again.
They're not pretty, but they still work real well. The coilovers are semi-new. Those are only been on one vehicle so far.
We also got some better video stuff coming this way for this race. We got more GoPros, going to be live streaming all of this. Be sure to check that out. You guys will be able to chat with us in the truck as we race.
Nothing changed inside the truck this race really, but back here, new upper shock mounts and new lower shock mounts. We moved the shock to a better ratio before. It was leaned forward a little bit too much. We weren't using as much of the shock as we would have liked to. We were pulling 16 inches of travel and only using 13 inches of shock. Now, still pulling 16 inches of travel.
But we picked up some more too, didn't we?
Yeah, when I switched from the F30 pack to the G50 pack, I forgot to change the limiting straps. So we actually got a little bit more droop and a little bit more ride height with this setup that's currently on here. So the truck should ride a little bit better. We moved everything out a little bit, put hydraulic bump stops in here. Before it was hitting the factory bump stop, and it was controlled, but this controls it a whole lot better. The truck's faster now.
We did get to take it out and do a little bit of testing last weekend at the last minute, but we're coming down to the wire here to be able to take it out multiple times and do a whole lot of valving changes or anything like that.
We got a Starlink mounted back up here. Obviously, when we cut off the old mounts, that had to change. The exhaust had to change a little bit because it was running into where the shock is now. Changed up the straps a little bit. Hopefully we won't lose a tire this race, because that did slow us down a little bit trying to stop and fix all that stuff. You know, with all these changes, we're hoping to get on the podium would be awesome, but we're just hoping to finish this race, get through both races. There's a 2-heat style race. I think it's 130 the first race, and then the afternoon race is 120. But we'll see how the truck does now. It should be a lot faster, and it should be more robust, more durable. So we'll find out.
No!
Evie's in. Evie's in.
No
No!
endorsements. Just donate this to the race team. If I make money on my feet, that's all you're good.
Oh shit, we're getting a 6100 truck.